Hey guys, I'm back. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm working on our 2024 Blazer EV RS. The situation I've got is we have this Sharkfin antenna back here and it came off, the top came off in the car wash. So I'm gonna lower the headliner and replace it with a new one. It's possible I could have tried to do a warranty repair, but there's been a lot of complaints from people saying the dealerships don't want to warranty the issue that came off in the car wash. And you know, in a way, I don't blame them, but I think in this case it definitely just came off. I mean, it was a touchless car wash, and just the drying wind is what made the tabs break off, and it came off. It's cheap enough to get a new one and replace it if you know what you're doing. So I'm gonna make a little video here on how to replace it. Hopefully I can figure it out fairly easily, and I'll post this for you guys to see in case any of you have the same issue. So here is the antenna, and what you can see is that it just, only the top piece came off in the car wash, and it has these little tabs down here that should snap in here and hold it in place, but those tabs are what actually broke off. So I tried to buy just this piece, and I was unable to buy it anywhere. You just can't find it. And of course, this is, you know, it's a lot of electronics in there, and it's now been exposed to the elements, and obviously it got wet in the car wash. So I'm worried even about just the integrity of that once it's been wet. So I was able to go to a discount GM parts place and get this antenna, which is just a direct replacement. It'll be black. Obviously, I couldn't find the one that was painted the color of the vehicle, but there are plenty of other, you know, black accents on the vehicle here. So I don't think that's gonna be a problem. I think it might actually even enhance the look of the vehicle. So as I understand the process, we'll see how this goes. I need to take out these, couple of these snaps up in here and drop this off. I might have to remove the those little handles up there. I've 3D printed some tools to use to make that happen, and I'll try to make some little videos along the way to show you how that goes. But most importantly, I'll get a good look inside to let you see what it looks like. There's one bolt, I guess that's a screw that holds that in up there, and then there's there are two connectors, which should be fairly straightforward to remove. So here goes. So step one should be removing these two little tabs here, and you can see I've got a trim removal tool, and these just go in and you can pull these out. I may have popped that off, we'll see. Here it is. And that just pops off of the top. Okay guys, so once I remove those two little, these two pieces here, just note there were a couple little plastic washers here that I'll replace when I put it back up. You can just pull this piece down, and up in here, you can't really see where the antenna is because there's this, some electronic box here. I'm not sure exactly what it is. But what I've noticed is if you just push up on these little tangs here, this whole thing will slide out, and then you should be able to see the antenna. So I'm just basically gonna pull this out, and then I'll get you a view of what the antenna mount looks like up there. Okay, just a quick note, this piece does slide out fairly easily, but there's the mounting plate up here blocks the view of the of where the mount is here for the antenna. There's just two bolts here, one on each side, and I've loosened these with a 10mm socket, and I'm just going to drop this piece out really quick. It's just two screws, two bolts, and I'll drop that so you can see where the antenna mount is, and so I can see it easier to replace it. Just a quick note, this is the piece that was holding that electronic piece up there. There's the two holes where the bolts hold it up, but there's also one little clip and if you just pull it down, it pulls right out, so you can get that out of the way. And then once that is out of the way, now you can pretty clearly see where the one bolt comes through to hold the antenna onto the roof. And then there's the two wires that are connected off of it. That should be very easy to get off and replace. I'll do that now. Okay, so the first of the two connectors for the antenna are this blue one right here. It's on this electronics box that we kind of slid off earlier. And to remove that, there's a little red tab here. You just flip that up. I was able to do it right here with my thumb. And then once that's flipped up, you can pull this right off. It's a little bit difficult for me with one hand because I'm holding the phone, but I will tell you this will just pop right off of here when I hold the unit with my other hand. Okay, this plug is a little more complicated. This is the plug that unplugs, and you can see there's a tab on it here that locks into place on the bottom as you slide it in right there on the bottom. And what you have to do is take this red piece and slide it back that way, and then you can put a little screwdriver in here and push down on it, and the tab comes right out. There might be a better way to do it, but this was pretty simple for me. Now I should be able to just plug the other one straight in and slide that red thing forward. So you've got the two connectors, the yellow one and the blue one that's on this box right here. And I've already removed the screw for the antenna up there. And so where I am right now is I should be able to just lift this right off the top of the car. Let me see where I am here. Yep. So that's the antenna on the car. There's a piece where the wires feed through there. So I'm gonna have to sort that out, how to remove that, and I will let you know. But the antenna is just sitting there on the car. Of course, I'll clean this up before I put the new one on. So here is the antenna after I removed it. And this is the blue piece that was kind of inside of the roof. And all I had to do was just kind of turn it sideways and push it up through the hole in the roof. You can see once you set the antenna down on the roof, this piece goes up in and goes flat on the hole. And then you've got this, this is the bolt with this kind of a spider looking thing here that goes on in like this. Again, difficult with one hand, but that's kind of what I got to do. And that will go into the threaded hole here on the underside of the antenna and hold it onto the roof. So it's kind of a small opening up there, but I'm not really having much of a problem getting my tools in there. I've got a small wrench that I'm using. So far I've got maybe 10 minutes of real work into this, so this is not a huge job. I'm gonna clean up the roof and get the other antenna slid on there, and then I'm gonna get the bolt on. That's pretty straightforward. I think I've shown that. And then I'll pick up with putting it all back together underneath. So what you can see here is I've cleaned up the roof, and I've got this new antenna, and that slides down in through the hole. And all I should have to do is just twist that blue piece a little bit and slide it through and get it lined up on the bottom, and then I can put the inside bolt on to hold it in place. That's gonna take two hands, so I'm gonna put the phone down. And that took all of about 5 seconds, and I've got the piece on with the blue piece down below. And it actually lines up in the hole, so you don't have to worry too much about getting it straight because it only sits in there one way. I can't twist it here, so I'm not too worried about that. Okay, so that took a little bit of just finesse because as you can see where it is up there, I really can't see it that well, but I can feel it with my hands. But using this little tiny socket wrench with a 10mm and the adapter, I was able to feel it and just get it on there pretty easily. It's pretty straight, and that's how it looks on there with the black. It, you know, kind of looks nice with the roof rack, so I'm not worried about the color at all. And so now all I need to do is I need to put this piece up on there first, and that's 2 bolts. And then this has a little, this snaps into this hole right here on this piece. And then it'll plug into this blue plug after I slide this back in. And then the yellow plug goes right in here. And I can actually probably do that right now. The yellow plug is all in there, and just slide this tab back. And that's all connected right now. So the bracket for this this device, whatever this is, I don't know, and with the 2 bolts, and put it back together. I'll be back. Okay, so I've rebolted up the piece that holds this. That was very simple. I've just twisted this around and I'm sliding it back in, and you'll hear it kind of lock into place there with these 2 tabs. And now all I have to do is take this wire, and I'm looking while I'm doing this. I need to find the hole. 1 second. There it is. That just will push right up into that hole there. And then this wire comes around, and it's a little bit caught up there. Okay, now it's twisted right. This wire will plug in right there. And that is all hooked up. Just like it should be. And the last step will be to just snap this headliner in up here and here, and push in these two pins, and it will be just like new. Okay, guys, that's the job. I would say that's probably about a 30 or 40 minute job. It's a hot day out today. We're in Virginia, and I'm trying to work in the shade in the garage, but it's basically remove the 2 things and get this dropped down so you can get into there, take off that electronic box and the mount for it, remove 1 bolt, clean up the roof, and put the new one on. It lines up pretty easily, and it comes out very strong on there, just like the original. And I would say don't worry about getting the black one, because in my opinion it looks like it belongs there. And then plug in the wires, and you're back together again. I'm gonna assume this all works, but I'll take it for a ride in a little bit and make sure, and if it doesn't, I'll add a little addendum to the video if I have any issues. But I mean, it's a brand new GM part and everything plugged in just fine. So basically, if you guys have this problem where and I've seen some of you on the Facebook page that have this problem where the cap gets broken off or blown off in the car wash, it's a fairly straightforward replacement without really any problems at all. You don't need to be afraid to tackle this project if you have a little bit of car maintenance, or if you can turn a screw. So good luck, guys. Thanks.